ask what seemed to be a perfectly reasonable question. Mike, why would anybody listen to me? I'm an ordinary guy who grew up in the Midwest, had a pretty good family upbringing, and I've had a pretty good life, done nothing extraordinary. Why does that question seem reasonable? And because the story of the person who has overcome a near-fatal accident, or who has climbed Mount Everest, or won an Olympic gold, now that's a compelling story. It is a great accomplishment. But there's one problem with that type of story. Most people cannot relate to it. I've never climbed a mountain more than maybe 500 feet, and I've watched the Olympics on TV, but I've never won a gold medal. So those can be great stories, but typically the lesson learned is not conveyed to me in a way I can use it on a daily basis. And that's why I encourage you to embrace your ordinariness. Ordinariness is the state in which you take everyday events, turn those into compelling stories with a lesson, and you can connect with your audience. In a previous video lesson, I talked about the 6 common emotions: happiness, anger, disgust, surprise, sadness, and fear. When you can take a story and tie at least one of those emotions around it, you can connect with your audience through what are seemingly just ordinary day-to-day events. Take, for example, the child who is learning how to walk, or learning to ride a bicycle, or trying to create a really good lie to explain who broke the lamp. Now, we all know children who have gone through these situations. We've also experienced the joy of watching those children succeed, learning how to walk, learning how to ride the bike, and coming clean and admitting that, yes, he broke the lamp. Now, how can those be turned into compelling stories? You can use it to describe the power of persistence, how to use failure as an ally as you learn to succeed, or simply to create a speech about how to survive the insanity of being a parent. Those are stories which can relate to an audience because they can relate to the story. So the next time that you feel like you're ordinary, remember this: you are! And embrace that fact, because it's those ordinary stories in life that will help your message sink through to an audience. When an audience likes you because they relate to you, they're much more ready to hear your message. And when they hear your message, they may actually use it. Now, if you're not sure that what I'm saying is true, then listen to the words of speaker Michael McKinley, who said, "Audiences have seen smooth, they've seen slick. Don't fake who you are. When giving speeches, you can work so hard on the what that you forget all about the who, which is you." The audience wants to see your vulnerability and what you've done with your failures. They want you to offer hope that they too can overcome whatever obstacles come their way. An action step for you is to write down 3 important incidents from your life. There's a reason they were important. There's a reason that you remember them. So write down the incidents. Put down details. More importantly, what was the lesson learned? What were the emotions generated? When you use these types of stories as a foundation for your speeches, you will take a huge step toward creating a great audience connection. Until the next time, remember, you have a story that someone needs to hear.